that status. A tremendous player inside.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And incomplete here on 3rd down. Jordan Cameron is tight end, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away. Emmanuel Sanders deep for the Broncos. And Sanders now to return. A beautiful fake. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
1st down. Here's the run with Anderson. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
I don't know about you, partner, but I just came out of my chair. Big-time run right there, and all of a sudden I realized...
Didn't reach the chains, did he?
How do you go that far? Create that type of an explosive play that'll be a check and a plus on every grade sheet and still not get a 1st down.
Yeah, they put themselves in a bad spot, but a big gain, that helps. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And let's run through the Dolphins defense.
Cameron Wake may have begun his career in Canada, but in the NFL, he's been one of the top pass rushers since he's entered the league.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And this is incomplete.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off, if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. You got the linemen that have to move. You have the wide receivers have to get out and vacate. You got the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. The penalty set him back. Now a big play moves him forward. It's 2nd down. Here's Tannehill now on second down. It's caught. Stills right side. And he coughed it up. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Ertz has it left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
On second down, Anderson. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
On second down, here's Carr. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Benny Fowler, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down following the run. Now Tannehill. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jeremy Butler, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete. His tight end, Jordan Cameron, the intent target. And it brings up fourth down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. In the backfield is Anderson. Now they'll run it on the toss. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Again, Anderson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
All right, here we go.
They run. Anderson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive lineman and control it. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
All right, here we go.
Throwing his car on third down. And able to find John Brown. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Back to the ground, Anderson. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. A couple of Dolphins in on the stop.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Carr to throw on second down. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And a long way to go for the offense here on second down.
We ready?
Now Carr. Screen play, Anderson. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he connects with Ertz. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield. I believe I understand where the offense was going there. They just hit a big pass play, thought they could fool them with a run, but maybe they overthought it a little bit. Just hit a nice pass, come back with another one, keep the momentum going.
Here's Carr. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. From the gun, it's Carr. Ertz has it left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there've got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
To throw is Tannehill. Over the middle, able to find Carew. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Dolphins are going to get a fresh set of downs. First down, it's Tannehill. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it a second down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Tannehill throwing again. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. From the 50, it's Tannehill. Pressure up the middle, and down he goes. Derek Wolfe able to drop him for a loss of 4. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on third down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for Miami. First kick 47. This one looks good as well. Now Sanders. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
For me, that was an example of why offensive linemen might want rearview mirrors at times, because you have your assignments to block, but if you can see what's going on in the backfield and maybe the guy carrying the ball is headed in another direction, it might change what you do up front. But if they can't see that and he's not in sync with what they're doing up front, well, this is when you end up with plays like this. A bad one for the offense, a really good one for the defense.
In the backfield is Anderson. Well, now they'll try the end around. Room here to run. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 37 yards.
First play of the drive. Excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
So it'll be first down here after the run. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He gets it complete to Latimer. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Carr now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down. On play action, now Carr. He'll buy some time right. Got a man. He finds Sanders. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Throwing now is Carr. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him.
Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. They spot it on the midfield. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And they'll go on the ground. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando, he's standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Let's field it a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. Muscles him off. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough day sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
All right, here we go.
Shotgun now for Carr. Ertz has it left side. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No yardage.
Okay.
In the backfield is Anderson. Here's Carr. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag.
I really don't know where to go with this one. He caught the pass, but in the opposite direction towards his own end zone. That's not one you get every game.
On third and long, it's Carr. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's fourth down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense as that fell harmlessly to the ground. This is fielded at the 27. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And the coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. And Cameron has it over the middle. Now the ball comes loose, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, That allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Ertz over the middle. Oh, he slipped right by him. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 48 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. C.J. Anderson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Tannehill now to throw. And that is incomplete here. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you
under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Frank Clark in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Here's Matt Darr now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at about the 28. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Bené Benwickery on the tackle.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And the play clock's running down. From midfield, here's Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On second down, here's Tannehill. Flush to his right. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And now he's got him at a great spot at the 8-yard line here, first and goal. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked so well. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Back now in Miami. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So they'll try again with Anderson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well.
And this will be caught. It's Fowler. Touchdown, Broncos. Fowler with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
2nd and 10. Tannehill once more. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have confidence having scored the last time out.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Play clock winding down. Carry number 20 coming up for Anderson. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
They were stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
To throw, it's Carr. Left side here to Sanders. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And Stills over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. On 1st down, Tannehill. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. 12 yards on the pickup, and the Dolphins are going to get a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And caught by Cameron right side. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And it's incomplete. They were looking that time for Leonte Carew. And it's 3rd down. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Coleman. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 yards on the pickup, and the Dolphins have a first down.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was trying.